Hi there, thanks for joining me today. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals. If you're new here, I'm Catherine, and normally I would be starting my Christmas journals, but I realized there's a project I need to get done. I'm hoping I can get it done in one video today, and so we'll see, because I thought about it and I thought this is probably something some of you might like to watch done. And if you've been watching me for a while, many of you might recognize this journal that I created. I don't think it's so much a journal as simply a book, a useful book. My husband is very sentimental. He likes to keep the cards that we share on Valentine's Day and on our anniversary. Yes, he's the one. And it's sweet. And I decided a few years back to make this so that he could flip through and look and enjoy each card and open them and read them, and so I thought initially, well, I'll just make it so that it's like a no-sew journal, and I'll stack the cards in like a folio. But I thought there's no way that you could enjoy each card, look at it, open it, flip, and enjoy the next one. And that's when I realized that if I could put in several cords into the eyelets rather than one, which you usually do in a no-sew journal, then I would be able to put 5 or 6 cards through one eyelet and have it have the pages turn just like a book. And that's when I decided to try with this happens to be cotton crochet floss, and it has worked very well. This book is several years old, and it has held up terrific. So I think we will go with either that or something similar this time. This happens to be, of all things, on my channel in my archives, the most popular video that I have made in all these years. This book is the most popular, and I still get comments, compliments, and questions about this book. And I definitely get questions because I made it, and then I thought others might be interested in it, so then I just simply did a walkthrough and explained how I made it. So I thought this time, because I need to make him a new one, he has obviously quite a few more cards saved up that need to go into a home. And I thought it's time to make him a new one. Let's do it on camera. So if you wish, you can make one with me. And maybe at this time of year, there's someone in your life that is also sentimental and would like to have something to keep their cards in, so that they can flip through them and enjoy them again. It really, besides for anniversaries and birthdays and Valentines and that sort of thing, I think done nicely with the right book, wouldn't it be a lovely gift for someone who just got married and wants to save all their cards that they received for their wedding or baby shower, baby arriving? There's a lot of possibilities for this kind of journal. So this one in particular, I created very similar to how a little golden book spine is made. I used chipboard to make a flat spine. I wanted it nice and big so it could hold lots of cards, but I also, unlike a little golden book, which is an unusual shape, I needed to know that it would be able to hold like large cards. This is the largest one in here. And even with that, it sticks out a little bit. I don't think that takes away from the book. It is what it is. This is a card book. So, but still, keep that in mind when you're choosing, if you're going to use a book, when you're choosing the book, choose a good size. Just to give you an idea, this one is 6 by 9.5, and then I put a 2 inch, 2.5 inch spine onto it, and it's been really, really great. So I decided this time, plus I did this flat one because I quite often now, like if I rarely make little golden book journals anymore, but if I do, I put a curved spine on them. But in this case, I purposefully did a flat, strong one because I knew that these I would be pulling as tight as I could, this cotton floss. I would be yanking on it as tight as I could so that the cards wouldn't be floppy inside. So that's why I decided a flat spine would do the job better. And in the end, flat spines are much easier to create. And they're certainly a wonderful introduction for anyone maybe who hasn't made a journal before, or fortified a spine before, or created a whole new spine before. The flat ones are a really good starting point. So we're going to make a new one for my sweetie pie, and that way if you want to make one, you can choose how you're going to do it. In this case, this is a book cover, but you could use chipboard and paint it, or Mod Podge collage onto it would look nice, or wrap it in scrapbook paper, any number of things to make your cover and your back look pretty, and then use chipboard to create your spine, fabric for the hinges, that sort of thing. If you're wondering, simply look up your favorite journal maker who makes little golden books into junk journals, and you'll learn how to make this kind of simple spine. In this case, I decided I want to make this book into the next journal for my sweetie pie, the next card journal. And it's quite a bit bigger, so I'm excited about that. It's like 7 1/8, the cover, 7 1/8 wide, and 9 3/4, almost 10 inches long. And then the spine is, right now the spine is 2 inches. I believe it will get bigger, because what I'm going to do right now, this spine does have a really yummy curve to it, but I'm going to flatten that curve out, and I do believe that will give us possibly even another 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch when I'm finished with that. This book is from the 40s, and it's I don't know if you can read that, The Book of the Dog. And it's all about the history of dogs, and when they came into the first, from the very first dogs that we know of, how they evolved into the different breeds, how they came to be, part of a human pack, and their different usefulnesses, how they were bred for different tasks. And it is a really, really cool book. I won't be using any of the text block in this book, but I'm going to save this text block. There's some beautiful plates in it, and I always enjoy putting artwork into my other journals that have dogs. So it's really, really a cool book, and I believe it's like 1940 something. Not that it matters, but let's look. We got time. 1948. So, and my husband is a dog person, which is one of the first things that endeared me to him, is that he, like me, likes dogs, and we've always had dogs. sometimes several at a time. Right now we just have our one little Kirby, and that will be fine for us now. We're at an age now where one dog is plenty. And so the first thing that we're going to need to do is I want to save the end papers. I'd like to reuse them. If necessary, I will use the fly leaf and reuse it back down again as an end paper if I have to. So what we need to do, I'm going to pause, bring the camera up higher because I need to be able to put this book upright so that I can try safely remove the text block without tearing too much of this. That will determine whether I have to use this paper again as a new end paper or if I can use it for something else. So hold on. There we go. I apologize for shadows today. I need my overhead light on. It is a really, really gloomy day here. And I need light. So we've got lots of room here to run a knife down this hinge. I'm going to find a craft knife. Alrighty. There is a craft knife. There we go. And see if this cooperates. So it's got mull. Let's see if this will undo first. And that way I know that I'll be able to remove this in one piece. Come on. That's good. It's been glued down to the hinge. And then I can just deal with mull. Mull is the gauze that some bookbinders use to suspend a text block into a hidden hollow back spine. But I really want this intact. It'll just give me more options in the long haul. More options for saving this end paper. Oh, I think I've got two. That's why it's giving me a hard time. All right, well, we're going to take two for now. All right, there we go. Excellent. All right. And I'm going to do the same thing on the back, but I'm going to pause and just go do it to save time for the video. Okay, so I've got the back one off too, and the back extra paper, I managed to take it off as well, because of course the fly paper gets glued to the first page of the text block. So now what we'll do is we'll release our text block from the cover, and now you can see the mull. You can see also where the bands are. There's 3 bands in this case. Sometimes really old books will have twine suspending the text block. There's any number of ways you can find how the publisher has suspended their text block into the spine. Do this part very carefully. It's very easy to cut right through your spine if you're wishing to save that spine and use it, which I am. So just use the bare little tip of, if you're using a sharp knife, to cut through the text block, and we're going to have to relax that. That curve is really, really beautiful. And I have, for the sake of time, boy, they really covered all of it. It looks like they also did, you can also suspend text blocks in by putting a loop of paper in, and it looks like that's what they've done here as well. So they've done mull, bands, and the loop of paper. That's amazing. Anyhow, I have already released the back, so that saves us some time. This text block will get used. Like I said, I like those. I like the artwork in that. Okay, so we have got the text block out. I'm just going to remove any loose paper that will just peel out. I'm going to find my tweezers. My nails are taking a beating right now. They go through phases when you have an autoimmune disease and you have flare-ups. I go through phases where my nails are just long and lovely, and then boom, I'll have a flare-up and my nails are just peeling away from the top down. And it doesn't hurt, but it's not pleasant to look at. And if I could work with press-on fake nails for your sake, I would. So if you're looking and thinking, oh my goodness, how can she go on camera with nails looking like that? My apologies. It's out of my hands. I couldn't resist. So let's see any more of this. This isn't too urgent because I will be flattening this out and then fortifying the hinges. All right, so I wonder if I am going to take my little scissors. Let's use these ones. Those ones I need to clean up. Every once in a while I'll cut through something with glue and I have to clean the blades with some acetone. So I'm going to take these sharp little detail scissors and just go in and carefully remove this paper that is hiding that hinge. I wonder if it will let me tear it. The problem is, the challenge is the bands that we're suspending the text block. But I'm trying to avoid, for me, if you don't care about the end papers if you're using an old book, tear away, rip the end papers off if you're laying new ones in anyways. But I would like to be able to use the ones that are already in place, if possible. So I'm going to take the extra time. All right, so I'm going to pause and finish just cleaning that edge up and cleaning this edge up. And then I will be back in the flashiest of flashes, to quote Mr. Bean. Okay, so we've got the hinges tidied up. And in case you're wondering, why do you care whether the hinges are tidied up if you're going to be reinforcing with fabric? And the reason I care is because I want the fabric to be able to adhere to the book cloth. You can see the book cloth right there. That's the original cover cloth. And I want the fabric that I use to reinforce it to be able to adhere directly to that, and the old crunchy crusty mull and the bands would get in the way, and I worry that I wouldn't get a proper application of using the glue and applying the new fabric to it. So that clears the way so that the fabric can stick to the book cloth. And if you were either not using the original spine, or you didn't care about the original spine and you were planning on covering it up anyways, it wouldn't be that much of a big deal, because you would simply take a strip of fabric slightly wider and simply wrap your book, and it would end up looking like this one. You can see there's the fabric also on the inside. I simply wrapped it around to make the spine for this book, and you can do likewise. But I really like this original spine, and even though there are going to be threads and eyelets, I want to still be able to see all this old gold work that printed the Book of the Dog on it. So yeah, so that's my reasoning. I'm looking at it now, and I'm thinking that I may want to look in the book through the color plates and see if there is a portrait color one of a dog here, or I may even, no, I don't want to do a photograph of our dog. I want to keep this old and classic looking. I might see about maybe, this just lends itself, doesn't it? I'm just looking at it now. It really lends itself to have a picture of a dog on it. I'll think about it. If I do that, I may have to... Anyhow, so now what we need to do, since we are going to preserve this spine, I want to use it. I simply want to reinforce it. I need to get rid of this beautiful curve that is so nice. So I am going to be I'm going to be dampening it with a bit of water and just encouraging it to flatten out. So this part is one of our, I'm bringing you along for the ride. It's one of our hold your breath moments. So I've got a little spray bottle of water, and we're going to, I want to cover that. 1 second. Okay, since I'm going to be spritzing, I want to cover these end papers, so I'm getting out my favorite little rocks. You could use your bricks. Unfortunately, right now over here, I've got my laptop balanced on my bricks. So now I'm going to give it some, and just dampen it just enough. I don't want it sopping wet yet. And see if I can encourage it to relax. And I can feel it already is. So that's good. And then I'm going to pull on it a little bit. There we go. Okay. And pull on this side to get that hinge flattened out. There we go. I can feel that old glue in there. Now, let me explain to you. This is not the advice from an expert book binder. This is called Catherine is experimenting and inviting you along. But from what I know of old books I've played with in the past, this should work. And I'm not rubbing on the other side. Let's take a look now and see that I haven't harmed or started pulling up any That's good. All right. How are we for time? 25. All right. You know what? I know what I'll do. This is a job for my bag of rice. I wonder if I can put a little bit of dampness on here. I'm not rubbing, so I think I should be okay. I'll let that soak in for a second. I just want to wake up whatever glue they've used. I don't want to remove any of the green dye. That's good. All right, so this obviously is going to be 2 parts because we're at 26 minutes. So what I'm going to do now, I have as a blotter a file folder underneath. I'm going to put the other file folder I used on top. I want it to be able to dry, so I'm going to be checking it frequently. And then I'm going to get my bag of uncooked rice and put it on top. What this does is the rice can fill all those nooks and crannies, and plus it won't leave any line marks. Rocks or bricks might leave dents or line marks, whereas I want this flattened out gently. And you can use a freezer bag. You can put, I would suggest, either rice, uncooked smaller lentils. I don't think I would go larger. I don't think I'd use any kind of beans because you could get dent marks from round beans. But certainly a smaller lentil would be fine. Something nice and heavy. I just find rice works really great. And mine is double bagged because I always worry if I nick it, I don't want rice all over my studio. And knowing me, I would nick it. There's too many sharp things around here, like so. So I'm going to leave this be. Now I'm going to post the second part 2 tomorrow, and hopefully, yes, we'll get it all finished up tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'm going to go down and make some lunch for my little friend who's asleep over under the other table. And I'll be coming back, and I'll actually be checking on this frequently because I do want it to still be able to air dry. So as soon as I can see that it has accepted the new shape, and certainly gluing in a piece of chipboard later on will also help to flatten it out so that I can turn that curved spine into a flat spine like this one. That's the plan, Stan. And let's cross our fingers in the meantime. And I will see you tomorrow. And we will finish this off together because it will work. It'll move very quickly from once we've got the spine finished up. It's a matter of measuring out and putting eyelets in and looping whatever you've chosen to use for your looping material, embroidery floss, crochet cotton, and anything like that that's really thick and tough. I don't see why waxed hemp wouldn't work. I would think that would also be tough. It's quite expensive. I'm not sure I'd want to use it. And like I said, the crochet cotton certainly has held up for, I think this is at least 4 years old, I think. Oh, I'm pointing at this. Sorry. So, thanks for joining me. I hope you'll join me for part 2. we will turn this journal into a journal like this one. And then you'll know 2 ways to create a card keepsake book for yourself, and maybe you'll want to make one as a gift for someone for this upcoming season, or for any upcoming special event that involves someone receiving lots of cards. So take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.